Hello, welcome to Monday night reading sprint. Had to think really carefully then, see what day it is. As you can see, I'm joined by my lovely friend Charlie. I feel like I should have made more of an effort. Here I am. I am wearing an Eerie Indiana t-shirt, so I feel like I get pop culture relevant points. But just look at Charlie, like whichever side she's going from on the screen. Charlie just like a ray of sunshine this evening, and I'm just here in my black and unbrushed hair self. So, oh, and Ashlyn's here as well. Excellent timing. Hello.
Hello. Hi. How are
Just
you?
introducing Charlie, in case you know. I'm sure everybody in the book world knows who Charlie is, but you know. And then here you are. We summoned you.
You did.
I'm assuming it says on the screen who you are, but just in case, this is my lovely friend Ashlyn O'Loughlin, who wrote. I'm really sorry. I do this every time. Lachlan.
Just pretend it's a CK instead of a UGH.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. And Ashlyn wrote The Fabulous Big Bad Me, which is the Vampire Werewolf Fan Family Sisters book that you all need to read. I need to reread it. Every time I say it, I'm like, do I need to read that again? I know I've got a lot of things to read, but so thank you two for coming on for my little extra sprint. I'd got some StreamYard hours to use up and a book to write, so I thought it's probably good timing. So how about you, Charlie? Do you want to start us off and tell us what you are planning to do with the sprints tonight?
So I've got a little bit of work to do on a super secret project that I can't tell you about.
Ooh.
I don't know why that makes me feel very powerful, because I spend my entire life, part of my work life, hearing authors say, oh, there's a thing coming that I can't. So now it feels like I've claimed some of the power back. And then also, before I do any of that, probably, Rosie has emailed me the short story she's done for the pre-order incentive for the second book that will be coming out. And I am definitely going to read that, because I have...
Oh my God, I'm so jealous.
I have no, what do you call it? I'm not a very patient person. It is here loaded, look. Oh. So, you know, it's going to be read and enjoyed.
Excellent. You go and do that, and we won't be the least bit jealous, will we, Ashlyn? How about you, Ashlyn? Are you having a reading or writing evening? I'm going to just ignore Charlie for a second now and pretend that I'm not bad here. I'm sure Rosie would send me that if I really wanted it, but I need to write. I'm not going to tempt myself. Ashlyn, what are you planning to do tonight?
So I'm going to work a bit more on my mid-grade story that I've been scribbling away for myself. But also, a couple of days ago, I got an idea for something else. And you know when you get an idea and it just won't go away? So my thing that I like to do for that is I'll sit down and I'll write down an outline of everything that I've got and see how it goes, and just sort of have a basic beginning, middle, and ends beats. And then I'll let that marinate away. Because if I leave it, I'll either forget about it or won't be able to stop thinking about it, and it will completely distract me from everything else. So this way I have something there. And when I come back to it, then I'll get myself all excited about it again. So that's my plan. So I'm going to write an outline, which I hate doing when I have to do them, but when they're fun and I'm just trying to get a story down, it's quite fun to do.
Oh God, same here. I think there's nothing better than that moment when a story comes. And I usually message it my friend Mina, who edited the Taste of Darkness anthology with. We kind of bounce initial ideas off each other. So quite often I'm like, oh God, where did I write that down? And then it's like in my messages to Mina, and I just go through my WhatsApp, like, and then I copy and paste them and put them on a Word document, as you sensibly do. But the amount of times I've gone, I can't find it, and it usually is just there. So yeah, I've started putting them in a folder. I've got like a folder of Word documents, and they are just little scraps of ideas, and some of them are like one-liners, some of them are paragraphs, some are a page. I just, like you, I think my brain's too tangled. I have to like tease out that thing, put it there, and then I can leave it and do what I'm meant to be doing.
You have to reassure the idea. No, I hear you. It's like a little noisy child, isn't it? When you're trying to do the work and you have to go, no, I hear you. Okay, I'm giving you some attention. Now I got to get back to my actual job.
Yeah, I mean, Stephen King said in On Writing, I remember somebody reminded me recently that if an idea is good enough, you won't forget it. And I was like, nah, this is you as a full-time author who's been doing it a long time, who doesn't, I presume, have a 3-year-old running around distracting him, doesn't have a day job and, you know, other things like that to do. So yeah, I think if you're Stephen King, you probably can just sit with an idea and know that it's there. But if I didn't write it down somewhere, no matter how good it is, it could be gone. So I have to do it.
Same.
Ace. So let's see who is in comments tonight. And oh yeah, and so what I'm doing tonight, I should probably mention. I'm still working on the ending of Mina and the Cult. I'm actually on the proper ending now. I've been like on the pre-ending for, it seems like a while, because I went back and cheated and edited it instead of writing the ending. So now I need to write the ending, and ideally I need to write it this week. So I'm going on holiday on Saturday. So I've got that slight feeling of like I could do with getting the first draft done, so I could, well, second draft done, so I can make it good or better than it is currently. Yeah, so I'm trying to push this week, even if it's not properly written. If I can just have something written for each scene, I think I'll be contented with that. So let's see what people in the comments are doing. Hi, Stephen. Hello. Okay, so let's see. Somebody needs book recs. I feel like you two will be able to help this. 1,000 Boy Kisses. Any opinions? Haven't read that. I'm going to be terrible at this. Or If We Were Villains. See, that one is on my radar.
If We Were Villains is the Shakespearean dark academia vibe one. Haven't read that either, because Shakespeare just like just goes over my head. So I feel like reading a book about like set with Shakespeare. I think that's the one I'm on about anyway.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Like, it's just going to confuse me. So I haven't read that one either.
Okay, so I would say if you are trying to do some Pride Month reading, and that sounds contemporary to me, I'm assuming there's like some nice romantic kissing in it. So I'd say it's going to be a mood read thing. That one, if you want to either tick off a Pride Month read or read something with that kind of romantic vibe, I'm assuming it has. That one, if you are more like me and want to read something Shakespearean and villainous, I think that would be what I would go for. Yeah, I think you're just going to have to, unless anybody in the comments has a strong opinion. I don't think the people on screen do. Hello, thank you for joining us. Hi, Siobhan. Hello, I am having a nice day. I've had a full toddler day, so I'm feeling a little bit tired. I had a great time at the farm with him, and I did just spend the day running and saying, Nathan, no fun. So yeah, that was my day. I hope you two had nice days. I feel like, did you say you went somewhere earlier, Ashley, and you had a little, was it a little family gathering?
It was a family barbecue, yeah.
Yes.
I was up with my mom all weekend, and then my husband's dad, because we had a bank holiday here. So my husband's dad wanted to grab some grandkid time. So he threw a little barbecue in the back garden, and yeah, it was lovely. We all went in.
Yeah, I did wonder. I was like, hang on, most people like children are at school today. I was a bit confused, but I forgot that we're on different continents at the moment.
Because you had your bank holiday last week, yes?
Yes. Yeah, I'm a bit sad now that we're in June and all those ridiculous amount of bank holidays are behind us until August. But yes, we had a little bit of an extra couple of hours to use up, Sharon. So you're welcome. Okay, well, yeah, we'll be here till the usual 10 o'clock-ish, but yeah, feel free to jump in and out. Hi, Paula. Oh, hello, everybody's orange friend. Oh, you have some fans in the comments, Charlie. Hello. Oh, the last 10 pages, they both die at the end. I haven't read it because of the title. Scared me.
I know it makes people cry, and honestly, all you YA authors do that to me when I'm not expecting it. So when it's a book that I am expecting to cry at, it stresses me out a little bit. So like I have it like just on my shelf, like if you need a good cry, I'm here kind of book.
Have you read it, Ashley? I feel like as soon as I'm told they both die at the end, I don't want to read it, but that's just me.
I haven't read it. I do think Charlie's right that it would be a great one for when you need a good cry and you just pull it out and sort of like purge it all. So I probably should drag that out, but no, I haven't read it yet. It does look great though.
I have read some other of I think I've read a couple of Adam Silvera's, not the fantasy ones, but I've read some of the contemporary ones, and they are generally like dark and kind of twisty and have some nice lighter moments, but they will make you think and hurt and all kinds of feelings in them. Hello. Excellent. Oh, yes. I love Vicious. Finally, a book I've heard of as well. Hooray. That I've actually read. Read as well as heard of. I really want to get into bullet journaling. Do either of you two do it? I've tried so many times and got like a month into the year and gone, Oh, this is hard
I'm
to
not
maintain.
organised enough. I like a good list. Like, I love lists. There's nothing better than crossing a thing off a list.
Yes.
But like, I don't even really use diaries anymore. I just like find a sheet of paper and a notebook and like scribble a list onto it. And then I'm not organised enough. And people's I think it's because everyone's bullet journals look so pretty as well. They look like really like colour coded and everything. And I'd do that for like 2 days and then I'd never do it again. So
I think I've done it about 3 times at this point. I buy the nice notebook, I buy the coloured pencils and all the stencils and stuff, and then I don't do it. How about you, Ashley? You're nodding. Have you done that before as well?
I have not, but I know what I would do is I would decorate it. I would make it look beautiful, and then I'd be very worried about messing it up by actually writing in it, just like I am with every pretty notebook that I have. But I do like lists, and I tend to just do them in my notes app on my phone, because you can do it. You can make little check marks on it where you just press the button and it ticks it off, and that's really satisfying for me. So that's what I do.
Yeah, I just love really like angrily putting all that. Well, not angrily, but like putting a line through it really aggressively. It makes me feel very accomplished, even if it's just like put shoes away or something really tiny.
Honestly, I do that at work as well. Sometimes I'm like, today it's going to be really structured. I'm going to literally write a list on my list and then cross it off. Like, although I've just bought this. I don't know if you can see what it is.
Look at that
marketing planner. Look how pretty it is. I expected it to be smaller. I have to admit, it came and it was A4 size. I was like, oh god, it's a bit like a brick. However, it has nice like preset. Nathan decorated that one for me. Look how helpful. Mummy, I'm writing this one for you. So it has like the pages already kind of split up into weeks for planning out your social media and little motivational bits about like I don't know, stuff about SEO and growing your following and things. So it's like it's meant to be a workbook. I think I haven't properly utilized, but I think that seems like more my kind of thing. I think that I'm not going to sit and keep up the decorating side of it, but I have been filling that in and it's been helpful so far. Everybody chatting here. Oh, yes, Kasha. I want to know what you think of that. That's on my TBR for this month, and I'm hoping to take it on holiday with me. You know, nice, cheerful holiday reading, stuff about delicious deaths and whatnot. Interesting. Glad you're enjoying that. As in 13 Goes the film, do we mean? I think, possibly. Don't know. Yes. Okay, yeah. That's a good one. It's a while since I've watched it, actually. Oh, I'm intrigued. I mean, I want to know how spicy, Paula. Is it so spicy that I'm not going to be able to manage it? Or I feel like I'm like really mild in every category. Like, but is the horror too scary? Is the fantasy too fantasy? Is the spice too spicy? Like, I just need mild korma flavored books of every variety. Okay, interesting. You've got a solid vote for Thousand Boy Kisses there. Ooh, V. Schwab's popular in the chat tonight, and I love that one too. I think that's probably my third favourite series. I liked the Cassidy Blake ones best, then the Vicious ones, and then that. I thought was really good. Ooh, have either of you two read that yet?
Don't like. So this book right here, I have an issue with. My issue being that how dare you come out during my birthday month when I'm on a book buying ban?
No.
And then how dare my mother not purchase it for me, despite multiple hints.
No.
I haven't read it yet, and it is on my list. It's coming. It is coming to my house as we speak. But yeah, I was very stressed last month.
Yeah, it's been so everywhere. The that and Yellowface at the moment are all I'm seeing on my timeline at the minute. And Yellowface I really want to read, but I need to talk to somebody about Fourth Wing because I don't know if it's my kind of thing. From the blurb, I'm like not sure.
Well, but I think it's very like fantasy romance with dragons. Yeah. So I'll let you know.
Yeah, I mean, you said a few things that piqued my interest, like dragons, but I don't know. We'll have to see. I need a trusted reader to tell me whether I should read it. This is how I approach all of my reading at this point. I'm like, Sharon, is it too scary? Charlie, is it too fantasy? Ashley, no, there are sufficient werewolves and vampires. Like, I don't read anything unless I've had like an okay from somebody else. Yeah, I haven't picked that up for that reason. I've kind of seen a lot of mixed views of it, and there's so many books I want to read. If I feel a bit meh, then I kind of don't read stuff at the minute. Okay, I'm thinking, is this They Both Die at the End? I don't know whether I can cope knowing that I've got a horrifying 10%.
So maybe I just stop. Don't read the last 10%. I did that with I haven't I then went and finished it. Oh, what was it called? It's got chess in it. The
Queen's Gambit?
No, it's The First Move.
The First Move, does that get sad?
Oh.
No, so the reason I stopped reading this book for about a month because I got 60% in and everything was happy. And then my brain went, you've got 40% left of this book. So, yeah.
It's films for me as well. There's so many films I absolutely love. I don't think it's too much for at this point to say Moulin Rouge. I would watch that film every single day, probably, if not for certain things that happened later in it. So I do sometimes wonder, should you just watch and read stuff like that, like you said, to the crucial moment, and then go the end and stop it?
It's happy now. We'll leave it there. We don't need.
I do that with Carrie.
Yeah.
Carrie, I watch it. It's about an aspiring superhero who becomes prom queen at the end. Is my take on Carrie. I watched it a few times, the whole way through, but not a lot of time. I'm like, oh look, that's wonderful. She's prom queen. Done.
I've read the book a couple of times and I feel so sorry for her. I don't think I can I'd probably, if there's another remake, I may watch it, but I think it's one of those things that makes me so angry how they treat her. I can't cope.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay. I think that's the nice thing. I think with journaling, just make it be whatever you want it to be and not feel pressure for it to be beautiful. Because I think that's the pressure I feel. The Devil's Pocketbook. That's an intriguing title. Either of you know what that is? Sounds like something I read.
But I'm intrigued by the title.
Tell us more, Corey. Tell us more. Yeah, I mean, I think it's how you feel, isn't it, Sharon? Definitely dip in and out is good. Oh, that's on my pile as well. I ordered that and it arrived and I went,
looks so good.
Not time to read you.
As an ex-bookseller.
I mean, books do seem to be giving publishing, and with Yellow Face is a really scathing look at publishing, and then Death of a Bookseller about presumably a bookseller not making it through the book. Yeah, maybe it's not a good time to be in publishing. Oh, that's nice. Not too much pressure. I think that's maybe the mistake I made. I looked into what you meant to put in a bullet journal and then did it all and went, 20 pages a month. I can't do that. Ooh, Caroline, you make me want to add it to my list for this month. Some
sarcastic dragon. Oh my god.
Okay. Oh my god. I feel like adding sarcastic to the dragons has made me 10 times more interested. Okay. I see Raymond is my trusted reader. I'm going to go with it, Raymond. You sold it to me.
There's a lot lately that has dragons in that are either witty or sarcastic kind of framed dragons, and I live for it because I don't know. I live for sarcastic people in general, so give me a sarcastic dragon there.
That's my whole battle whenever I write. Somebody always in my edits goes, are you being sarcastic here? And I'm like, every book I put sarcasm on the page that doesn't translate. Damn it. Yeah, I love a bit of sarcasm. Okay. Interesting. That's the problem with hype, isn't it? You go into it thinking it's going to be the best thing you've ever read. It's difficult to live up to. Yeah, exactly where I am with that, Sharon. I think you've hit the nail on the head there. Yeah, I mean, I think... Oh, yeah, does she? I'd forgotten about that. Yeah, I think that is the right way to watch Moulin Rouge. Ooh, an arc. Lucky. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still not convinced about if I know a book's going to be sad. Yeah, somebody'd have to really persuade me that there's another good reason for me to read the book. Okay, so I think we've done plenty of chatting. I'm going to turn on my bossy voice now and say we're going to go and do some work. I will show you the couple of books I've got if I'm good tonight. I'm either going to read a bit more of the YA Book Club book, Last One to Die, Cindy Murphy. It's brill. I've read it before.
I like that book or anything.
I love it.
Well, yeah, it's ace. We love it. I'm reading it again. I read an early copy of it to blurb it, so it's been a while. So read a bit more of that. I'm also reading, usually not called Elena, it's called Black Heat by Bex Hogan, who wrote the Isle of Storm and Sorrow piratey books. And this is, I think, a fantasy book. It doesn't feel too fantasy for me so far. What have you got there? Is that Isle of Storm and Sorrow perchance? They are excellent books. If anybody wants a fantasy that isn't necessarily like, if you're not a big fantasy reader, they're really accessible, but still really fantasy somehow. I don't know how she does it. This is great so far. I've only read a tiny bit, but the voice is awesome already. And you get a little personalized proof. I had to do a quiz and I got sent the Elena proof because I came out as Elena, who is the gentle midwife. And that kind of seems, I'm not super gentle, but the midwife mummy thing kind of seemed to track. So I really like that. I love personalized proof. Okay, I'm just going to mark where we got up to in the comments because they seem to be flying tonight. Thank you, everybody. I love a bit of participation. So let us know what you are planning to read. If I've asked you stuff about the things you're reading, please tell us so we can go and order them and ruin our book buying ban. Sorry, Charlie. How many days into the week, Charlie?
Well, so I'm okay now because it's been my birthday. So I broke it by buying 2 books and then immediately was like, I forgot to order Fourth Wing. So then I ordered that too.
So give Charlie all the recommendations and do not feel guilty because the ban is over. Okay, we'll see you all in 40 minutes. I hope everybody has a lovely sprint. Hello, sorry, I took a moment. You know that moment where you're like mid-sentence and you are just, I can't stop writing because I know that in 10 minutes time I'm not going to know what that sentence was. So sorry. I had a good sprint there. How about you two?
Yeah, really good.
What's up? You okay?
It's a good story.
Amy, just ask Rosie for it. I know it won't take you long to read it, but my God.
Okay.
It's just made me so happy.
I mean, I'm going on holiday, so I might need some holiday reading.
Exactly. It's just, I mean, we all know I love 16 Souls. It's one of my favorite books. I think I've read it like 10 times at this point. It's like my proper comfort read. And that set of characters, I would read about them going on like a supermarket trip. Like, honestly, adore them. That's it. I'm happy for the day now. Like,
I'm good. We're glad you're happy, Charlie. That makes us happy by association, and jealous.
So very, very jealous. I love 16 Souls so much. Also, it would be a really interesting supermarket trip, you have to admit, if it's just Charlie and a bunch of ghosts.
Like I don't want to say what they do in this short story, but honestly, it's like
These 16 Souls and Big Bad Meat are forever entwined in my mind because I was reading, it's so long ago now that I have to remember, but I think I was reading 16 Souls, the physical copy, and Big Bad Me on my Kindle. Like because I always have like a physical book on the go with an ebook. So they're kind of, I know that they're separate books, but I got similar feelings from both of them, like just really nice characters sort of getting pulled into horrible situations. Yeah, they're very entwined in my mind, those two books.
Like, both books just have a set of characters that you're like, I want to be in this friendship group. Like, a werewolf can come and try and eat me or like whatever. I don't mind. Like, whatever's going to happen, I'm down with it as long as I'm with this group of people.
Yeah. I prefer the not getting my face eaten by a werewolf bit, but
Well, we all would, but sometimes
they can try, and then we get saved by the cute characters, and we can do crossovers. And mentally, I'm doing crossovers with Mina and her gang. And
I'd love to like cross over with both of them. Would be like the most fun, I think. I don't have any ghosts in mind. I feel like ghosts would be a good addition. And
you need to do a crossover. It needs to happen. I've just sent Rosie some screamy messages, bless her.
Oh, good. She'll
just
like that.
Oh my, yeah.
That's what authors need to receive. We need to, like when we're writing things, we need to also consume some praise to keep the writing going. So how did you get on? Rosie was Charlie was clearly very happy because of Rosie's story. There we go. That sentence made sense by the end. Ashlyn, how did you get
on? Great. Yeah, I really want to finish what I'm writing so that I can start this story now. I know that's what shiny ideas do to you, but I think this one could be really good. It's inspired by one of my favorite movie stories, but I've changed it around. It's one of those ones where I was listening to a song which made me think of a movie, which made me go, I'd like to do my own version of that. And then I started playing with what would my own version of that look like. And it would be so much fun to write. I'm already falling into the characters.
Send me a DM, please. I want to know what that is. I want to know what the movie is.
Me too. I want to know.
Sorry, anybody watching us. I feel like we do this a lot. And I don't know. I think it's so solitary. In our defense, writing a book and like doing what Charlie does, it could be quite solitary, couldn't it? Like you're sorting boxes of great stuff, you're writing books in your own head. And I think that the only way you keep saying is to have groups, like this little group on the screen. So we kind of keep each other going, and we need to have feed each other's creativity to keep it all going. So you get the books. I'm sorry, people who are watching, if you don't get to know all the secrets. You'll eventually find out, because Ashlyn's great idea will eventually be a book, and you will eventually be able to read what Charlie's reading. We're just holding it back because that's the way publishing works. It's the only way we can make money. We can't just kind of give it straight away. Oh, here's my good idea on a plate. for free.
Have it.
Yeah, I so I'd written a scene and I needed to edit it to make it fit what the book is now. And I don't like doing that generally because it's really hard when something changes to then make it into the new thing. So I ended up basically scrapping the original scene, but it's in a really cool setting that I really like. So I kept the setting, kept the people who were there, and just totally changed the conversation. And the reason I was writing it is that for a while I was sat there looking at my screen going, I don't actually know what these people are here to discuss. I know what the problem is, but I don't know what the solution is. Like, they're trying to do something and I don't know how they're going to do it. So how the heck are they going to know? And I just figured it out as the cat was counting down. So I was like, quick, write it, because if I don't write the solution down, they're never going to know it. Okay, so I felt quite happy and I'm looking forward to that sprint was not long enough. I need the next 40 minutes to feel longer because I clearly needed about 20 more minutes to get that idea written down. But yeah, so I think we all seem to be fairly busy and upbeat this evening. So let's see if we can keep it going for the next sprint, see how the people in the comments are doing. Oh, so that was the one with the cool title, something about a devil.
The Devil's Pocketbook, was it?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, got it. Good memory.
Okay.
See, I don't know. I don't think I can. Like, as soon as I read that blurb, that's one of my notes, like child loss. I'm like, oh no, I can't. Maybe when my child's like 20. Oh gosh. Oh, that slightly piques my interest a bit more, but still, I don't think I can do that. You can tell us. You read it, Chloe. We'll kind of live, we'll live vicariously through you, but I don't think I can do it. Yeah, I should have known. Sharon's like, ooh, terrible and soul destroying and horrifying. Can I read it? Yeah, I'm sorry. I do the same thing. Excellent. Oh, I love a Cornish setting. Love Cornish ice cream too, or on the subject of Cornish things. I'm very hungry. I'm sorry if all my conversation points go to food at this point.
That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, this is the nature sprints, isn't it? Oh
no!
So after the sad ending, you have to deal with an open ending line as well. Isn't there another?
Is there a way that you can make the ending happy, or is it like
it was
is
all
it
a
open
dream?
so you can imagine that like everything's going to be okay, or is it open tragedy?
I feel like no, Charlie, because they both die at the end. This is my problem, why I can't read the book, because it just circles back to the title every time. It can't be happy because
what if they come back? We don't know. They don't come back. Maybe they just die really briefly and then get revived.
Yeah, maybe, or maybe it's like a Cemetery Boys 16 Souls thing where they're like both they're together as ghosts.
Vampires.
And they're having some cute little adventure.
Yeah, somebody gave them vampire blood just before whatever happens to them happened. And then the last line means that they woke up as vampires. Sorry if that isn't at all what the book's about. But that's what I want.
It is now. In our heads, we finished at the
We're just 10%. Making it work.
Yeah. Oh, 53 pages is very good. But that book is very Moorish, so I can see how you'd fly through that. This is the genuine fight of my life. I feel like I could go to bed at 8:30 every night, and then the next thing I look and it's 11 o'clock, and I'm like, why do I do this to myself every day? Every day.
Yeah. It's the same. I like pushed through. Oh, it's so good. You'd really like it. Well, I mean, yes. I don't know you. I don't know what you like, but everyone likes it.
Sorry, what were you saying, Ashlyn?
It's fantastic.
Oh, sorry, but yeah, I always do that. Like by about 7 o'clock, I'm exhausted. But then it's like you push through that, and then you're good to go for another 4 or 5 hours, and then suddenly it's like, dang.
I think it's because I want my being a writer day that I've not had because I've been a mum, and I would rather be a mum than a writer. Don't get me wrong, but I also want more time in the night, and if it gets to 7:30, I'm like, I could just do with 6 or 7 hours to write now. So that's where the whole 24 hours a day thing goes a bit wrong. Yes, I think that it's a good month to read 16 Souls too, because it's Pride Month. So if you're wanting to read some more books with lots of queer rep, Rosie. Why do I keep saying Charlie when I mean Rosie and Rosie when I mean Charlie? Oh my goodness.
Because I just got too overexcited and I've confused everyone's brain.
You have. Okay, I'm going to blame you, Charlie. Yeah, that's it. It's Charlie's fault. You need to follow Rosie on TikTok because she talks about the rep in the book. I probably will get it wrong because I am so tired. But she stickers her books with what rep is in there in terms of disability rep and different queer rep. So yeah, definitely check out Rosie's TikTok channel because it will tell you exactly what is in there. Yeah, I think that if we get to the end of this and everybody wants to read 16 Souls, then mission accomplished. I think we should do that, Raymond.
Everyone should read it. It's fantastic. I mean, it's ghosts in York with queer and disability rep, and the characters are just, I love them. I love them so much.
Not too long to wait, Sharon. I don't know whether it's been announced when the next one comes out, so I can't say. But yeah, you haven't got too long to wait. Sorry. Try not to shoot anybody in the foot here. Hi, Ellie. Thank you for joining us. Quickly moving on before I say something I shouldn't say. Ooh, halfway through, Kasha. Nice. If anybody's wondering what that's about, it is a world where some people have been infected with an illness that makes you want to consume human flesh, and some clever scientist has found a way of eating, people being able to eat synthetic flesh instead. Group of girls who are these kind of zombies go to music festival, and one of them goes feral and eats a boy in one of the bands. Shouldn't laugh, but I did laugh when I read the blurb. Eating a crush is a bit embarrassing, really. And they have to figure out why some of the people who have had this condition and been managing it, why are they going feral, what's going wrong. I just think that sounds really good. I like the fact that it kind of makes me laugh at the same time as thinking it might be really horrific. That's a real sweet spot for me, horror comedy. So yes, I think it sounds very good. Excellent. So yeah, Corey, you can give us the full reading experience and whether we'd be able to cope with it. I mean, I'm not speaking wrestling, Charlie, but it sounds like a lot for me. Nice, Kirsty. Oh, Raymond, how are you getting all these excellent proofs? I'm very jealous. Oh, so it actually came from Waterstones. Oh, is that out already?
It's out now, yeah.
I'm so confused. I think I've just written.
It's either out or it's about to come out in the next few days, I think.
I'm so lost with books at the minute. It's really bad. Oh, I think I've heard of that. I love a kind of remote snowy setting, if that's the one I'm thinking of. Okay. Hey, everyone, saying hi to each other. I love how we've got this nice little group of people who know each other. Excellent. I approve that choice. I only realised, disappointingly, when my little boy was about to be born, that playing computer games or listening to audiobooks was a thing you could do at the same time. I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a good idea. And I haven't had time to play a computer game since then, so I've not been able to test the theory. But yeah, one day I will kind of get some work-life balance back, I'm sure. Okay, let's go to another sprint. I think we're all feeling fairly giddy on screen, so let's see if we can take that into some real productivity. I hope it's coming out the screen to you and that we're not being too annoying with all of our secrets. So let's do another 40 minutes and we will catch you on the other side. Hello. That one pretty much caught me off guard as well. I'm having like flurries of writing tonight. I can't seem to stop like writing right up until the end of the show, which is a good problem to have, but yeah. How's it going, Charlie? You're looking sort of smug again. Did you have something?
No, I did some work on a private project, which I was not allowed to speak on, which is really exciting. And then I did some TikToks and I thought they were quite funny, so I'm feeling quite smug about that. You know, when you're sat there and you're like, no, this is it's probably a terrible idea. It probably won't hit the way I think it's going to hit. But yeah, I've just been sat having some fun, and then caught me like just the top of my head when I was sat down there doing the TikToks, and I was, I've just been laughing at myself basically.
Oh, that's nice. You do so well on TikTok. Weirdly, I haven't been on it for a few days just because I've not had time. I was like, I'm going on holiday at the weekend. I haven't got time. I'm just going to leave it for a bit. And I'm getting more followers when I'm not actually TikToking than when I TikTok. Like, what is that? I think because, sometimes like it picks up an older video of yours and it like pushes it out. So one of my old videos is like working really hard and I'm getting new followers and likes and stuff. Not loads, but to say I'm doing nothing, like I'm getting more engagement than sometimes when I actually do something. So I don't understand TikTok.
I do not understand it either. No. And for me, it's always like the ones that I think are really like, they're really good and people are going to love them, get no views. And then I'll just like something in 30 seconds. And I mean, I don't get a ton of views anyway, but like I did something in 30 seconds and it's got like 3,000 views, which is a lot for me because mine are usually like really low. And I'm like, I don't see why this is different. I have no idea. It's very confusing.
If I just film my Buffy shelf and film my Point Horror shelf over and over again, they seem to reliably get like 5,000 plus views, sometimes like in the tens of thousands. I'm like, I can't just do that every time though, but every time they seem to land. So like, I just do them every now and again if I need a quick video and a little ego boost. But it does seem a bit weird how it's the stuff that requires little effort that does well. But,
yeah, I've had a few that have gone like ridiculously popular.
Yeah.
I don't understand why. Like 65k, and I'm like, I don't. One, that's terrifying because that's more people than I can even imagine. And then I get really self-conscious and don't want to post anything, which doesn't then help, I guess. But yeah, I don't think there's rhyme or reason to it. I think it's just a bit random sometimes.
Yeah, and I know I've like looked into the algorithm stuff, and like there's so many people out there saying this is how you like beat the algorithm. Whenever I try that, it never works. So I tend to just try and post regularly and post stuff that I like, but the posting regularly isn't happening at the minute.
And I find it weird because they say things like, you need to boost your engagement, boost this, boost that. And I'll have a video that gets like, I don't know, 1 out of 3 views is a like or a comment, loads of saves, and it's doing like, okay, and then just stops. And then another video that's had like way less likes gets way more views for whatever reason. So it's like, well, they're not just pushing out the ones that people are liking. It makes no sense.
Yeah, I have some that like get a few hundred like in seconds or minutes, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is going to go viral. Like it's been a minute and there's 500 views, and then you only get 500, and you're like, oh, yeah, I don't know. This is AI though, isn't it? I find it terrifying. Like it's not a person sitting there and pushing the buttons, is it necessarily? It's just like a bot that's just picking videos out, and like it's making people's careers sometimes. I mean, I've had friends who've like got book deals off the back of TikToks that have gone viral and stuff like that. It's incredible. So it's powerful, but frustratingly random. Let's see what people in the comments are saying. Oh, nice. So that was the Shadow Cabinet, the HMRC, His Majesty's Royal Coven sequel already going out. I think I have all of them, is the quick answer to that, because Kev very kindly compiled a list, and my husband, and just went through and collected them. So if that list was comprehensive, then I have them. I filmed them recently on TikTok, so if you fancy having a look, go on there. And if you want to know any more about them, I will do a little video. Reading the last thing he told me. Interesting. That sounds like a thriller to me. Either of you heard of it?
It sounds familiar. I think I've seen it on Twitter or BookTok, but I don't know what it is. But it does sound familiar. I do think it's thrillers.
Interesting. I mean, that sounds pretty perfect. Everyone needs a Chris to bring strudel, I feel. Hi, Helen. Thank you for stopping by. Excellent. Siobhan, I feel like you're going to have read this book in no time. Oh, I hope that 1,000 Boy Kisses doesn't have quite as many sad tears.
Many cries.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Kitty makes me jump every time. Every time. Nice, Ellie. These sprints seem to be particularly productive ones. Oh, this always happens. I don't say bye to people because I say bye, but they've already gone. So bye, Ellie, if you ever see this. Night, Ellie. Yeah, I know. Like, I just wonder what you do with them. Like, why is that the one that you went for? And it, like you said, Charlie, it's usually something where you're like, oh God, more people have watched this than I actually feel comfortable with. Like, I've just done a stupid lip sync, and yeah, I did one for I don't really remember. Something to do with my book. I've had one really successful video that had like 20 odd K, and it was just that I did a really embarrassing lip sync that kept turning up on my FYP, and I was like, by the end I was fed up with my own face. So it's never a good thing in a way when they do well, and I'm not sure what it actually did to sales, if anything. Oh, Sharon thought she was going, but is staying to read. We appreciate dedication. Yes. Ooh, maybe that's why I've heard of it. It's been a TV show and it's a mystery. Excellent. So it's 25 to 10. This feels like a good time to do the last half an hour sprint. So I'll just change the kitty. Ashley, did I ask you how that sprint went on? I'm sorry, I just feel like I've gone completely random before we go to it.
That's okay. Yeah, I had a good sprint. I continued with the thing. I'm nearly finished my outline. I'll get my outline done by the end of the sprint, and it's going to be fun.
We can confirm.
I need to write it. This can't be one of those ones where you come up with the idea and you get all excited and then just, come back to it.
I'm already sat patiently waiting for this idea because it's genius.
It sounds really, really.
I need it now, so no pressure.
Yeah, just now. Just write 80,000 words or whatever for Charlie tonight.
Like, maybe telepathically communicate the story to me, and we'll be fine.
Okay, so let's let Ashlyn, you've got 30 minutes, yeah? So you can do it?
Yeah, I can do it. I can do it in 30 minutes.
I mean, maybe should we let her finish the outline for tonight, Charlie, just to be reasonable?
I suppose, I guess, yeah. I am the least patient person. Like, I always feel so bad because, especially when I read books early or something, like if it's part of a series, I finish it and I'm like, I immediately need the next one. Then I feel really guilty because 1, it's not even out yet. 2, I know how long it takes you to write the book. Like, I understand that it takes you a lot of time, but my brain's like, no, I just need it now.
We understand that. I mean, we're readers as well, aren't we, Ashlyn? So we get the feeling of finishing a book and feeling a bit salty that there aren't 5 more to read. But also, we know that it would take me like 10 years at the minute to write 5 books probably. So yeah, same. One step at a time. Okay, let's do the last sprint, and then hopefully I just put Paula's comment up because it does seem to be extra productive. Some nights we all just admit that we're sitting and scrolling on social media, but tonight there's like some kind of productive magic going. So let's see if we can keep it up. I'm changing my mind. I was going to work on something different in the last sprint, but just because I feel in the zone, I'm going to carry on and hopefully get this scene threshed out. So are you two carrying on with Charlie the secret things and Ashlyn the also sort of secret?
I think I'm gonna slightly swap lanes. I have a few books to write reviews on, and then I think I'm gonna do some more TikToks because I'm in a very silly mood. So hopefully they'll be fun to watch, or I'll watch them tomorrow before I organize them to post and be like, oh no, that was a waste of time. But whilst I have the book in my hand, have you read this?
I haven't. It has been on my TBR pile so many times. It literally
read
I know. I love Mel's books.
Vampires, is it?
Yes. Well, yeah, sort of, isn't it?
So, sort of. It's very supernatural. Like, I didn't realize how supernatural / like thingy it was going to get to, but like the first the first page, I was like, you know, when you read the first page and you're like, this is going to be a good book. Like the first 2 lines are, here are the rules for living with a murderer. 1, do not draw attention to yourself. And then it just gets better from there. And I'm like, so I thought it was going to be like just living with a murderer, what's going to happen? And then these supernatural elements come. Genius.
I've had it. I think it's one of those that I pre-ordered or even got sent by the publisher before it came out, maybe. And I haven't read it. You know, when new releases come and they're just shiny new releases and they like steal your attention away, that's what's happened to that book.
I've got a few here that I'm like, they look so good though.
That looks so good. Do you remember the Mirror Me? It's like a social media Snow White, isn't it?
Yeah. It sounds like it's got like super. So like Freya's quiet life is turned upside down when her father announces he's marrying former supermodel Belladonna Wilde. But how does Bella look so impossibly flawless? Freya begins to wonder if there's more to her than meets the eye. Could Bella be using Freya's family for her own sinister purposes?
Oh, that sounds really
sounds
good.
like a modern social media-y, influencer-y Snow White. It sounds really interesting.
Yeah. Have you seen the Snow White that came out years ago with Miranda Richardson as the evil queen and the girl who played Lana Lang in Smallville as Snow White?
Do you know what?
I think so. Really reminds me of it.
Because my husband really likes her. He got to meet her recently, which was really lovely. She was at a convention that we went to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have watched that very obscure film because I've watched everything that she's in with him, basically. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's actually, I kind of want to watch that again now. She was exceedingly beautiful in real life. You know, some people you look at and they don't look how they do on screen. Like, she's amazing. And really smart and kind of together and, like, down to earth, too. So, yeah. Definitely.
I used to work with somebody who looked like her, and it was just terribly unfair. I just look at her in the morning and be like, how dare you?
I know, and she dares to be intelligent and, like, really cool as well. Like,
I know, it feels a bit like you can be one or the other. It's like, come on, don't come stand next to me and be like all three. You don't get to be beautiful, smart, intelligent, and all that. No, like, it's not fair.
Mind you, once
this is why I will only talk to you guys via Zoom, because I'm not letting you stand near me, because you are all, you know, everyone's gorgeous and talented and everything. So I'm happy to keep a computer distance between us.
No, honestly, like, I think computers are very misleading, like lights and stuff. Sometimes I think when I look at my YouTube videos, I'm like, my skin doesn't look like that. That is just a light that is kind of creating the illusion of like complexion.
Sure, that's not true.
You don't have anything to worry about. I often admire your TikToks, like, how does Ashley do makeup and how does she kind of, I don't know, just like coming out of the video. Well, yeah, but yeah, I look at those filters. Sometimes I'm like, that is not a filter. That is you, lady. That is you.
I put filters on sometimes, and like, I don't know what TikTok has against my face, but it has something where it just like, it either puts it like slightly to the side or something, so it looks like I've got like 4 sets of eyes, or like, it's.
Do you remember the one recently that said it was meant to make you look absolutely beautiful with like subtle makeup? I can't remember what it was called, and I looked absolutely terrible. It like distorted my face, put this really heavy makeup on me, and I tried it in all different, and I just couldn't do anything with it. Like, I looked awful. Like, people saying that they looked like Prince Charming from Shrek. Like, I looked more like Shrek by the time it was done. Really bad. So yeah, the eyelash filters seem to work on me, but anything else, I'm with you, Charlie. Like, I look at people and they're like, oh, it makes me look like a Disney princess. I'm like, no, it makes me look like the troll that tries to eat her. Okay, let's go to the sprint and ramble anymore, and we will see you in 30 minutes. I'm just like that. We've finished our sprints. That's gone by really fast tonight. I can't believe it's past 10 o'clock. And I'm really pleased I finished a difficult scene that I thought was going to be more of a problem and kind of figured out what I'm going to do next, which is always good to know. I know what I'm going to write tomorrow. Thanks. So yeah, I'm happy. I was a bit worried that before I went away, like that I wasn't going to quite finish, and I think I am. But what I've done is kind of cheating. There's 2 or 3 scenes I've not written. I thought we're going to be near the end, but I'm actually moving them elsewhere, so they are going to be a problem at some point. I've got like probably 8K plus more to write, but I will have written the end hopefully by the end of this week, so that's good news. Yeah, so
everything else is future Amy's problem.
Yeah, and they are. I think they're nice scenes to write as well. Like they're fun, which I think is why I'd wanted them in the climactic scenes. But I think they might end up being like mini climaxes elsewhere, which sounds weird, but you know what I mean. Charlie, you've moved. you TikTok. How did it go? Did you do lots of TikToking, Charlie? Is that the verb? I don't know.
Yeah, I got my UKYA books off the shelves, which was a thing, and I managed to film the thing without knocking them over, which I'm quite impressed with. Now I've got to try and get them back on the shelf, which...
That's the whole story of my life. Kev comes into my room like, you've just filmed 5 TikToks, haven't you? And it's like, yes, how do you know? Because there's 5 piles of books that you haven't put away, and like specific, like there's a pile of vampire books, there's a pile of horror books, and I've like just left them where they are because I like have 2 minutes to do something and then I have to run away and do another thing. So I never tidy up.
Oh, there's Mina. Yeah.
Yay.
There's all sorts. I don't know where yours is, Ashley. Somewhere. It might be in one of these. I've got... Listen. I love them, but also I get them off the shelf like this, and then I'm like, oops.
Yeah, it is becoming like a whole structure, isn't it? It's not just a shelf anymore. It's like a fort that you could live in.
I've decided I will be happy when I can make like a UKYA book throne. Not that I'm the queen or anything. I just fancy sitting on a throne, and I think it would be really cool if I could do like a UKYA one.
Yes.
Would I be able to build such a thing without it collapsing? Probably not, but you know, that could be even funnier.
I was going to say that's going to be a fun TikTok, the whole journey of that. I think you need to chronologue from like catalog from the from the failures to the finished. Like it. So I feel like Charlie and I have been productive. Ashlyn, did you have a good last sprint?
I did. I'm not quite done, but I'm very, very close to done. It's just, I mean, I know that it's an outline, so it's going to change anyway, but I want to have like the perfect sort of punchy ending so that I'm happy with it. And I think I'm almost there. I don't think I've done what I wanted to do because I wanted to get it out of my head, and I think I've just made myself want to
just made it more. Yeah.
I feel like next time you come on, you're gonna be like, so I'm writing this new project that I outlined. The middle grade book is quietly just sitting there waiting for me.
Currently, because of my personal stuff, I have my agent's blessing to just write whatever I want to do and just have fun and not worry about deadlines. So if this, just grabs me and won't let me go, then I am going to go with it. But I do want to try and finish the other one.
To be fair, you're never probably ever going to be told that again. So you may as well.
I know.
Yeah.
Make the most of it, right?
Yeah, I'm excited for us. I feel like tonight's been a good evening. Let's see how the people in the comments are doing, and then we will probably wrap this up because it's getting late.
And I've got a lot of books to put away.
Yes. I mean, I do feel like some of it might be focus that it is his like full job and he's grown his children up and stuff. Like they, I'm sure he has lots of other responsibilities too, but I think that the ability to focus on writing helps a lot. Like I know that he says he writes like 3K minimum a day, and I'm like, oh, if only I had enough hours to do that. I have an hour to write a lot of days, maybe 2 if I'm really lucky. I'm not going to write 3K in 1 hour. So I think it's because he's amazing and he's Stephen King, but also time is helpful. Yes, I mean, I think that's the theme, isn't it? Thank you all. I think that's a very good sentiment to end on. Hello, I'm sorry if you've just joined us hoping to sprint more because we're just wrapping this up. Nice. I feel like Siobhan has joined the productivity crew as well. It did. Like, where's tonight gone? You two are very easy to talk to.
Tonight's been super quick. I feel like I've been super productive, but also, I don't know, I feel like I've got a bit more in me. I'm in a good mood, so I might continue after this as well. I mean, I definitely have to put these away before the time is over.
Sorry, I just talked over you, Charlie. I feel like we're at that point now where we can just do that, like we just have a conversation at the same time, and I feel like we're kind of it's late. I'm sorry, like my manners and like, you know, normally the ability to slip in amongst society and function like goes by this time of night, and I'm like, I'm just blabbering. I'm sorry. But
can you just fashion them into a bed, Charlie? Sleep on them.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe
that might be quicker and easier.
So now you do realize I am. You need to stop because I will just start crafting like furniture from them, and you'll just get some really bizarre TikToks for the next few weeks of me trying to like make sculpture out of them.
Not sorry. I feel like
what has gone wrong with Charlie? Like she's reviewing and talking about books, and all of a sudden she's just like making sculptures. Like, is she okay?
But the question is, can you write UKYA with the UKYA books?
Oh, I could do that. That's clever. Oh, I'm writing that down because I'll forget.
Yeah, I mean, he's just amazing. At some point, like Ashlyn and I will have the time and the money and like everything and be able to do that, I'm sure, to churn out the exact amount of books that Stephen Kingston has written. We can dream.
I don't think I could write 6 lines a day, to be honest.
Yeah, I think I'm closer to 6 lines, to be honest. It's interesting, the perfect as you go along thing as well. I need to read on writing again. It's been a while. I found it very inspiring when I read it. Yeah, that's it. We're joking.
How, like, everyone just encourages whatever happens in this room. It's just everyone's like, yeah, go for it. Make furniture.
We believe in your dreams, Charlie, even if those dreams are to make furniture out of UKYA books. Just don't do the thing where you start hacking the books up, because I always think you know this thing where you see and it's like, oh, look, I've made a sculpture out of my book, and it's like a book that's been cut and folded and
it's not okay when people do that.
Let's see what we're saying in the comments. Happy dinner time and bedtime for a lot of us. Thank you for joining us, everyone. I think that's a good time to call it night. Charlie, keep us updated on the building process.
Yeah.
Ashlyn, let us know how this exciting new project is going and juggling it with your existing one. I will try and finish Mina and then be ready to go to Paris, Disney.
I feel like we need a group chat just so Ashlyn can like let us know how this project's going, because I feel personally invested now.
Yeah, deal. Let's sorted. Night. Oh, bless Sharon, staying right till the end. Sharon, who was having an early night. Sorry. Ruined. Night, everyone. That was a lovely, lovely evening. Hopefully we will catch you all soon. I'm going to end it there, but I'm doing a sprint Thursday. If I haven't mentioned it enough times, I'm doing no sprints next week, so I'm going on holiday. But I will be back. I think the following week I've got 2 sprints as well. So Thursday, 7:30 p.m. at BST, and Charlie will be here. Ashlyn, you're more than welcome if you want to come on. There are some other people joining me that I've written down somewhere, but I'm not off the top of my head because it's late. And a little boy just called my name, so I'm going to sign off at that point. So night, everyone, and I'll hopefully catch you all soon.
Bye.